Hello and welcome everyone. Today I'm going to share some important tips and secrets of becoming storyteller. It's going to be very informative and helpful for the ones who desire to become storyteller or work on branding of companies. I'll guide you through it. So let's get to know how to become successful storyteller. But firstly, let's get to know what are we discussing today. We'll go through the introduction, that is, what is it, what are the important elements, and why it makes it important to know these things before starting it. How it is different from content writing. We'll also discuss what branding is actually and how it is used. We'll discuss it in board of perspective of it. After that, we'll get to know in details of the importance of how to get better chance of capturing audience and how it's important in the marketing world. Here we will find out what are basic need to create a story and focus on the details that are required to. We'll also try to cover all the important points in this video and hope it gives you all benefit and help to make it as your career, as it's one of the most highly paid job, and it's a creative work and it has to be generated by you and can't be copied. So I'll share the ideas that will help you and to be a unique storyteller. So these will be the main contents that will be focused and discussed on today. So let's get started. To understand what exactly is a storyteller, it's a someone who narrates or reads out stories to a group of audiences of all ages, invoking setting, characters, themes, and morals through imaginative oration. One needs to have a pocket full of narration techniques and the ability to capture an audience attention. One should be open minded and outgoing with the prior experience in acting, teaching, performing arts, or making presentations, adding to their skills. Let's move on to the next slide. So, here is storytelling different from content writing? The answer is yes. And why is that? Is because marketing writers primarily concern themselves with such things as selling and branding. Their job is to talk about the brand and convince, whereas storytelling writers understand that if they do their job right, branding will be stronger than ever. The prospects will have a firmer grasp on who the brand really is, as if it were a human character. It will be a clear to the prospect how having a relationship with that character can make their life richer. It's simply, the first point here is storytelling is about pushing customers, not pulling. So yes, it's a pull versus push. The next is teach as well as promotes. Teaches as well as promotes. Yes, storytelling writers are professionals whose value is in the experience of past work and experimentation, plus the soft skill of audience empathy and maintaining the audience. So it's almost hard to even put a price tag on that. So it's all about audience. Let's be clear who we work for. Storytelling writers are obsessed with the audience. That's who they are looking out for. That's who they are working to please. You know. The next point is free to think, free to write. The writers are free spirits, and a storyteller knows that to deliver their very best work and be of maximum value, they need to work where when they're most productive. So storytelling is, a unique job. The last point is storytelling is a skill in itself. Yes, as I told, the perfect skill and career in your life. It's the best job and a very highly paid job. Okay, so moving to the next slide. Important elements of storytelling. The basic and the most important points to know for being a storyteller is are mentioned here. Building a deeper connection with your audience, not promoting but seeking attention. Engagement is the key. Yes, engagement is the key. It should be easy to understand. Your whatever you do, you write or you tell your story, it should be very easy to understand. Make it believable. Yes, make it believable. Make it like it's, though it's not real, but you have to make it feel, you have to put on emotions to make it real. It can be inspiring, should be useful in real world. Now moving forward, how storytelling is important for branding. What your brand is actually about. So, before writing the content, we should know what the brand is about. What's it selling? What are its products? Same like what is your targeted audience? Audience matters a lot, honestly. As you'll know more about your brand, you'll know what your audience be like. You should be aware of your products related to the audience. Similarly, you have to decide on promotional strategy. Brand positioning is all about where brand is going to be launched, what's its price going to be, and how it will be launched. So these are really important points, like what's your brand about, what's your target audience, what are your products related to the audience. This is all right now we just discussed. Have you decided on promotional strategy, branding position, what is it, marketing for peace? We'll discuss it in the next slide. All right, moving forward to the next slide. Storytelling speaks to audience. How storyteller contain and connect. All right, it attract with the emotions and make the best to bring the audience to your brand. It creates a compelling and catchy story. Going to the next slide, storytelling generates better ideas than marketers. Yes, it does. The first point here says storytellers are free to think and write. Imagination is uncontrollable. People often read blogs rather than product descriptions. Companies use stories as a marketing tool, can be molded in any way. Customers can be inspired. Superb for off page SEO. Yes. Moving forward with the next slide, writing like a seventh grader. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? You have to use simple words and short sentences. And to make your communication even more accessible, make sure your tone is friendly, your structure is clear, and your writing is constructed so the audience doesn't have to work to get through the communication or think too hard about what it means. So if you go here through the important points, it's easy to understand. Yes, write it like a seventh grader, like your bring your inner kid in you, and write with the simple words. Not everyone has a good vocab. Yes, not everyone has a good vocab. So just be very be relaxed and be like a small kid and speak to your product. Say it about it. Attracts the readers, decreases bounce rate. Use Hemingway editor. Now this Hemingway editor app is really useful and effective to an easy, simple writer. This app will give you more common words you can use as a substitute. It's the best app. I believe that you, as a new storyteller starting your career, so this is the best app that you should try on. Moving on to the next slide, we see is make a catchy headline. All right, you click when the title attracts. Make a title that attracts the audience. It should have not very lengthy but attractive words to capture the audience, making an interesting and attractive headline as just like the better title, better title in the better, it making an interesting and attractive headline as just like better title. Better title, better number of visitors, need for engaging content. Yes, yes, it does, it does. Now moving forward, in the next slide we see attracting emotionally with the writing. Storytelling is all about what you're telling, and a little drama or conflict help to build an emotional bond with your audience. A different approach to writing: add pictures, graphs, illustrations, etc. and all. Use words that trigger emotions related to your topic. For example, the best experience I had with this cell phone was during lockdowns, when I could use my cell phone all day without having to worry about its battery dying. Whereas the content writers focus on product features like, this cell phone comes with 5000 mAh battery, so you don't have to charge it again and again. They just focus on the products um, quality, but they don't give you a explanation, a story, an emotion. That's how it differs from content writers. Moving forward, we have another slide here. It says using metaphor in story writing. Now, the metaphor creates the world. What is actually metaphor? It's you can say the time and the place, the who, what, when, where, and why. It creates a world. It could be anything. Maybe though it's not real, but you can make up a mind of anything, things, and make it really real and believable. Metaphor literally means to carry over, to substitute one thing for another, to describe one thing by means or another, to describe something that is unknown by the use of things that are known. Just like attracts attention highly, uniqueness, compels the reader to read again, right? We have another points here. Storytelling is like flying with wings, not a plane. Pictures in content are like glasses for the bird. Proofreading is like a blessing from your parent. These are very important points that you need to know to understand what metaphor is. Going to the next one, the APSA outline. Now understand what is attention, problem, solution, action. It's all the points we discussed from beginning till now in this video. That is the initialize with the seeking attention, right? Just like catchy headline, engaging metas, a good preface, address the problem. What is it? How serious is it? Give a solution. What is the solution? Why is this the only solution? Asking for action. So understanding this APSA outline is really important. Now we have gone through all this. Let's understand what is better, storytelling or content writing. As a storyteller gives a free approach, creates a brand story that attracts customers, helps connect customers more with the brand. Help connect customers more with the brand, free use of words and length, engaging, attractive, and enjoyable to read. Whereas on the other hand, content writers are, goal based, mostly marketing, gives a dry look. When read, sometimes it's very hard to understand. Is focused on pulling customers, is focused on the brand. Yes, it does. It does. And in the end, I would like to share my thoughts in short. Storytelling is a marketing tool that can sell your brand to others. There are several elements of good storytelling. Stories should be interactive even when a story is one-sided, as in the audience is not directly in front of you. The emotions you evoke become an interaction between storyteller and listener. Storyteller truly brings out the writer in you. Yes, it does. Can be used for writing stories and books, a free thinking approach, and a successful career option. So, everybody, that's all for today. If you found this video informative, please help us grow this channel by subscribing our channel. Also, hit the bell icon button